So we're just waiting now for the cable car. So return cable car to Sentosa and to Faber Mountain. Yeah. Was $70 for the return for the two of us. So coming in is the glass bottomed orb that I declined. Mark was quite happy to pay extra to go in it, but I'm not a big fan of glass bottomed things. Yeah, not my bag at all. Looks cool though. Oh. And here we go. I don't like this bit actually. Ooh. So I might have to shut my eyes. Oh God. Right, there we go. City over there. There are hotels on the island as well. They're pretty expensive. So you've got Universal Studios just over there. Okay, and roller coasters, and we'll have a look properly when we get over there.
Oh, there's another cable car.
So that's the other cable car that we've got tickets for, so we'll be doing that one as well. So we got off the main cable car, and this is then the cable car on Sentosa. So we get on, this is getting on a Imbaya lookout. We're going over to Los Siloso, a point. Easy for me to say. Mark doesn't like going backwards, hence we're not looking where we're going. I'm going to turn us around. There we go. Let's see what we can see. So this is going to Siloso Point.
Look at the tankers. Oh, so they came off them cable cars over there.
Itself, or the main city over there. And you've got the beach down there. I take it that's one of the hotels. They're very, very expensive, and I'm not sure I could warrant paying to stay on this island.
I should imagine this island, I say, it's very expensive, isn't it?
I think this is a bit of a tourist trap, because you get here and you've still then expected to spend money on different attractions. But so this is the beach at Sentosa Island. We're going to go up on that Skywalk's way over there. It's the most bizarre place. It feels like it's in a movie set, because everything obviously is man-made. You've got a massive hotel there, the beach.
Fish.
Oh, is it?
Sometimes you get a big predator come in, they just spook.
Ah. So we've got a zip line there. It goes way up to the top. We just came down those cable cars.
We're going to do that viewpoint.
Yeah, we're going to go over on that walkway.
Next to the Shangri-La.
So this is the land of make-believe. And then this is real life. Actually, it's a nice breeze, which probably doesn't help because I've got no microphone on. But
it's tanker central, isn't it?
I don't think there's as many as last time.
I'm just saying, I think that's to stop any oil that leaks out the tankage, which surrounds all of Sentosa.
Very strange place indeed. So for those of you that know me, you know that I really do not like heights. Remind me why I've done this. Oh joy, see you at the top. So we're nice and slowly going up. It's the dangly feet that I don't think I'm going to like, which are just there, they'll be dangling far up soon. So those are the cable cars that we went on. And now this is the very scary thing that we're going on. Oh God, yes. And it spins. Oh, he's going to owe me big time for this bad boy. I'm not looking down, I don't think, because I can't do the spinning feet. Oh
down.
God, no.
It rotates,
Oh,
It rotates really quick.
fantastic. No! No, I can't do looking down. You
Just
can,
chilled and relax.
Enjoy the wind.
Yeah. And no rain.
No rain.
oh God.
But it's very hot, man.
Yeah, very hot.
Very
Yeah.
hot.
You have the best job.
No, not really. Yeah. When it gets, you know, when it gets heavy
Yeah.
and the ride got suspended, we have a very long queue. You don't get.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, on the ride.
Oh. I really would like somewhere to put my feet.
That's your limit
Right,
now.
so do we already reach to the top? This is the peak of Sky Helix. Standing at only 35 meters from the ground. So not that high.
High enough.
Yeah, not high enough. Yeah.
So this is the ride that we've just been on, the Helix. Yeah. It wasn't as bad, I think, maybe as I thought. I'm not a big fan of heights. But there's a lovely Malaysian guy that was working the controls, and he was lovely. He definitely made the trip easier for me. Just chatting the whole time, so he was lovely.
We had a longer trip.
It was,
didn't we?
yeah, it's supposed to be 12 minutes, but I think because we were the only people on it, that we maybe got longer. But yeah, so you go up there and it spins. So you've got nowhere for your feet to go, which was something that freaked me out a little bit. Because I do like a bit of terra firma. But we did it. We're up there. He was saying that on one occasion somebody actually fainted up there. So he did have to come back down to bring her down, and she came round just as they got to the bottom, but that would be really scary.
You were saying about how windy is up there. On one occasion, it actually
The
buckled a little
balloon,
bit.
the balloon thing kind of tipped over a little bit. Anyway, so that is the Sky Helix at Sentosa. Just a view of the city.
I take it that's for now.
It is a tad windy, so apologies if it sounds really windy, because it is really windy. We're told not to feed the animals on here because I think there's monkeys, which I really don't like a monkey, but we'll see. Quite high up. A view of the beach that we were there earlier. I don't say oil refineries out there, possibly tankers. But anyway.
Did we see the sign that said beware of monkeys?
I just said that don't feed the monkeys. This is for the defences of Singapore in the 19th century. Over the years, gun batteries were erected at the mouth of the Singapore River, which is Fort Fullerton, Government Hill, later renamed Fort Canning, and Pearls Hill and Mount Faber, which we're going to Mount Faber later. By the last quarter of the 19th century, the Singapore harbour extended to the narrow straits between Blacking Mati, Sentosa Island and Telok Blangah. Military planners took note of the growing shipping traffic in this new harbour area and proposed to fortify the surrounding vicinity in order to protect this new vital anchorage. By the 1880s, the forts of Blangah Mati and the environs were born, and a series of forts, including Fort Siloso, were constructed. Usual really poor history lesson by Nicola there. For a big city with just such huge skyscrapers, there's a lot of green space, which is really, really nice. Mark's on the lookout for monkeys. They'll find us, I'm sure. Again, it seems really strange that there's going to be wildlife within this city, and I'm desperate to see a pangolin. I don't think we'll see a pangolin, but it'd be really nice if we did. See mosquitoes. So, Fort Siloso. That's the 7-inch gun. I think it's going to tell us more down there. We'll have a look down from the bottom. It's very immersive, everything here. They kind of get you involved, don't they?
What's that?
It's like you're immersive in everything that they've done here. Like the bunker yesterday was amazing.
You're straight into it, aren't you? And
Yeah.
good thing about it, history everywhere.
They do, but you don't want me reading it because I'm
No,
rubbish
well,
at
you
reading
look
it, and I
history.
get in a right kerfuffle. So we'll just have a look around. They're obviously very proud of the history, even though it was a kind of a British colony then, and a lot of British soldiers and things were here before the Second World War, or for the Second World War even. Fort Siloso, Singapore's 74th National Monument. But they do take a lot of care and
Oh, look at that.
pride.
Tunnel.
Yeah,
Surrender chambers.
must have been hell during the war. Absolute hell. This Tunnel C complex. We're going to step into the underground complex and rediscover a unique chapter in Fort Siloso's history through reenactment of the soldiers of the Singapore Volunteer Artillery Corps. So, we're going down. So this is Tunnel C entry. There he is, the main man.
Ticket, sir! Lift the bleeder! Here they are, the gentlemen of Singapore, devoting their leisure time to the defence of their home island. And very well too, for the most part. So even though they are not professionals as you are, you will respect them.
The ammunition hoists. Put the bombs, shells, yeah, put the shells in there and then they're hoisted up. Up there to the guns. So now this is the battery command post, so we'll go and have a look up here.
You up there, get under cover. Right, now the fire direction crew is choosing targets and directing the fire of the guns. The enemy hasn't come by sea as we thought, so they're firing on the oil installations on Pulau Bukom to make sure the enemy doesn't get them. Observe fire. Hit on oil installation. Continue firing on present range and bearing. Continue firing on present range and bearing. Right, you lot. There's no time to hang about. Our job is to support that 6-inch gun emplacement. Go down the steps as quick as you can now.
We're going down to Fort Siloso Square now.
Experience there, World War II experience.
Oh wow, okay, let's have a look. Oh my gosh, this is amazing. Well done, Singapore. So we've got World War II experience here. We've relived Singapore's World War II history.
Singapore during World War II, the red zone. I guess that means it's the front of defence, isn't it?
No,
And the blue zone is the
Tunnel A complex.
monorail complex. The fire direction tower. How smart they look.
Yeah. So Siloso is a Filipino word meaning a jealous person. September 1939, the world at war.
It has been my good fortune to discover one of the most safe and expensive harbours in these seas, with every facility for protecting shipping in time of war.
In 1827, with Singapore a flourishing port, a British commission captain in place. Using a highly disciplined battle plan, the Japanese moved swiftly through Malaya, taking just 7 weeks to push the British defenders back into Singapore.
So those are the guns.
9.2 inch ballistic gun.
3 of them. Everything is kept so well. It's preserved really, really well. Oh, we've got a Tunnel B entry now. There's a lot of like pock marks. Whether they're, I don't know, would they be bullets? I don't know. Oh, this is some artwork that people have done. This is behind the barbed wire. It was from a prisoner of war during the Japanese occupation. More artwork, which is the story of the railway. So this would be the Thai-Burma Death Railway.
The Railway of Death.
Yeah, there you go.
This is the war.
So all these artworks were by prisoners of war here. Gosh. Letters from home were one of the few joys the prisoners were allowed.
Cholera and malaria ran rampant through the camps.
On the Railway of Death, so that would be on the up in Thailand. On the well, I don't know how far the Railway of Death went, but you always think of the River Kwai, don't you? Bridge over the River Kwai. So the Indian prisoners of war were persuaded to join the Indian National Army, and that was to liberate India from British rule. It's funny that a lot of the barracks and the prisoners of war were held at Changi, and we always think of Changi now as like the amazing airport and not where it was such a harrowing place. The tunnel complex saw heavy action during the Battle of Singapore. The soldiers loading... He'll explain it better than me.
I brought you some help. Now I know you're feeling a bit in the dark, but that's your job. That's what we've been training for, right? Just you keep feeding those hoists. Do your job. Trust everyone else to do the same. Any complaints? No, glad to hear it. Carry on.
Battery Sergeant Major Cooper keeping a watchful eye over the people loading the hoist's guns. So this is the hoist that Sergeant Major Cooper was so pleasantly asking the men to load up. So we've gone from there up to there, and the gun there. Mark's feeling the need to do some marching. Right. So
Only because you could hear the music.
oh, we've got the engine room. I don't know if we're allowed in there or not. This is from the 1880s. They've been kind of protecting here for a long, long time. I just thought it was Second World War, but obviously it isn't. Faced with a disaster of such magnitude and the subsequent attack on Nagasaki shortly afterwards, the Japanese High Command saw no alternative but to surrender. Hiroshima there.
August the 6th, 1945, a B-29 bomber took off from Northfield Air Base near Guam, destination Hiroshima, a city in Japan. It was carrying a single bomb coded name Little Boy.
Gosh. By August 1945, British plans for the recapture by force of Malaya and Singapore were well advanced. In spite of the shock of defeat and occupation, the spirit of resistance was not dead. It only needed to be organised. So you've got a samurai sword there, and it was found in an old Singapore City Council office, the former City Hall. It's believed to have been left there since the Japanese occupation of Singapore. It was donated by Public Utilities Board of Singapore. It's on display as an artefact from our Japanese occupation years. Because a lot of the Japanese, the high command ones, they actually did commit suicide with their swords, their samurai swords. For some reason now he's just going to fill up water. The wreckage of a Japanese aircraft engine. Loss of innocent, suffering life, hatred, brutal torture, destruction. Life during the Japanese occupation, fear to control the people's food shortages, hardship, betrayal, Nippon Go, Japanese regime. This is obviously some of the things that people thought. It makes me wonder what the Japanese visitors actually think of this place then. Okay, so I think this is the last of the tunnel complexes. So we've got Tunnel A complex.
Charlie 6, this is Sunray. Report your position. Over. What I do know is that this place, Fort Siloso, doesn't belong to the British anymore. Another empire's taken over. We've destroyed the guns, our guns, blown them up or thrown them over the cliffs. And so that's it. The end of 60 years of Fort Siloso. But I'll tell you something. We may have lost Singapore, but we haven't lost the war yet. Not by a long shot. 100,000 Allied soldiers. That's how many prisoners they've taken. They're saying it's our biggest defeat since the war began. Well, I wouldn't know about that.
Speakers there that were playing out all the noises. The guns, I take it now.
Sorry, sir, I keep losing you. Yes, sir. The 12-pounder crew has gone, sir, to support the 6-engine crew. Yes, sir. Yes, we're backing up now. I realised that, sir, but there was no ammo left, so we shut up shop. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. And good luck to you too, sir.
Reports from Singapore indicate that the battle for the island continues. British units have engaged Japanese ground forces advancing in strength, and fierce hand-to-hand fighting is reported north of the
Mark wants to join those buddies up there. I don't think it's allowed, babe. (1930) Fire Director Tower. The Fire Director Tower formed part of a coastal artillery command which directed guns of increased range and accuracy. Its height and location at Siloso Point commanded a clear view of the western entrance to Singapore. The tower directed the firing of a 12-pounder gun, QF gun, and the searchlights located on the shore below the gun's emplacement. The Diary of Disaster. The 8th of December through to the 15th of February. It's strange because a lot of the dates on the calendars inside, they all say the 14th of February. So that was when the two prolonged Japanese attack intensified. Imperial Guards supported by tanks moved out of the Mukrichi Reservoir area to engage the British 53rd, 54th, 55th Brigades. Japanese artillery and aircraft pound civilian targets. Water failure within the perimeter is highly probable because of bombing and the loss of the reservoirs. And then on the 15th of February they break through the north and defending troops. And they all surrender unconditionally to Lieutenant General Yamashita.
What happened on my birthday?
Further Japanese troops land on the northwest shoreline. The Australian 22nd Brigade headquarters is withdrawn as the Japanese reach Amakeng village. Attempts are made to form a defence line between Tenga Airfield and Chiochu Kang village. Reinforcements are rushed to the vital Kranji Jurong line. Incessant aerial and ground attack forces the Australian defenders of Tenga Airfield to withdraw.
All them years ago, isn't it?
So they would have been coming over from Indonesia, I'm guessing then.
Coming from the west, yeah.
No, you can't. It does make you kind of want to put yourself back 80 years, 83 years ago. Yeah, because this would have been happening now. See, it's the 6th of February, so 6th of February, as part of Lieutenant General Yamashita's diversionary tactics, Japanese artillery fire intensifies, particularly along the northeast front. Japanese Imperial Guards cross the Straits of Johor by boat and capture Pulau Ubin on the eastern end of the straits. The attack on Singapore has begun.
On this day in 1942.
Yeah, well, 6th and the 7th, yeah. So they were coming from Indonesia. Wow. Incredible. And quite eerie. A must visit, I reckon. What do you think?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
We've got the surrender chambers coming up. So it depicts the scene of the fall of Singapore and its journey to independence, originally housed within the Sentosa Wax Museum at the former military hospital building. But from the 16th of February 1976, the exhibits made Fort Siloso home in 2004 after the monorail was replaced by the Sentosa Express Light Rail. The surrender chambers, you will experience the commemorative milestone of the World War II events in Singapore through life-size wax reenactments. These don't look as real as they did in the bunker yesterday, do they?
No.
February the 8th, 1942. Tens of thousands of men of many races fought and bled and died. This is the reenactment. The British surrender Singapore. It was actually in the Ford Motor Boardroom. This captures the historic moment on the 15th of February 1942 when the British officially surrendered to the Japanese in the Ford Motor Factory Boardroom located in central Singapore. The seats displayed here are the original seats that were used during the surrender ceremony. The guns are silenced. Singapore was renamed then Sionan To. Even though they surrendered, there were still pockets of resistance. One of them was Elizabeth Choi. She played a part in resisting the Japanese during the occupation. So it shows the Japanese invasion movement. Amazing. Yeah. So New Guinea they took half of, but Australia still remained. So then what finished it was the 2 atomic bombs in Hiroshima and Nagasaki. So on August the 6th, 1945, approximately 80,000 people were killed in less than a minute in Hiroshima. So Singapore celebrates the Japanese surrender. The return of the Allied forces to City Hall on the 12th of September. This is the end of the Japanese Empire. The Aussie looks pretty smirky. General Leclerc. Oh, he is representing France. There's a famous chain of supermarkets in France called Leclerc, which is, sorry. He was Monegascan. General Sir William Slim. So signing over as the Supreme Allied Commander is Admiral Lord Louis Mountbatten, and Mark has an anecdote about Lord Louis Mountbatten.
Because many years ago, I was brought up in a little town, market town called Romsey in the south of England in Hampshire. I went to school, the Lord Mountbatten School.
There we go.
So Lord Louis Mountbatten.
Mark's school was named after this gentleman. This is the guard room. We're going to go in because there's a dog. Yeah. Necessary.
And a very good morning to you, Sir Major Cooper.
Glad to report, Mr. Rice, that the new draft is now disembarked and is ready for duty.
And very welcome they are too, Mr. Cooper. What do you propose to set them to?
I respectfully suggest, Mr. Rice, that I shall first show them the fort and its geography.
That is very well, Sir Major. Now, how do we progress with the first emplacement? I am anxious to raise the gun into its position.
The work goes well enough, Mr. Rice. I judge the time will be right in 2 hours to raise the first piece.
Very good, Sir Major. Then take your draft to the hillside to show them the work in hand.
Your permission then, Mr. Rice, to dismiss with the new draft.
Carry on, Sir Major.
Now, Your next destination is the hillside. So make your way there as smartly as can be.
This is the hillside, they call it, I think. Don't really know. Having to hoist that gun up, that's going to take a lot of manpower to do that. Yeah, I'd be wanting a drink as well.
Dragging the cannons up.
Yeah. Wow. So in front, the white building is the surrender rooms where the Japanese surrendered. Ruled back over to Singapore, and then behind are just all the cranes that are taking all the containers off the container ship. It's just such a contrast. It's really
And to
odd.
the right of it, you've got the skyscrapers.
Yes, well, some of them, yeah. It's just an incredible place. There's good old Sergeant Major Cooper ready for shouting at his men to hoist up the guns. Mark wouldn't have fared well under Sergeant Major Cooper, I don't think. I certainly wouldn't have done. It's called pyre buckling and was used to move and hoist heavy equipment, which was very labour intensive. In this heat it must have been. But when Sentosa was first formed, it was the only way they could do it. It's very uplifting music, isn't it?
Marching music.
Murchison. Oh, they're cute little guns. Well, they're not as in guns go. It's like handbag size. So this is a troop ship, and in the 19th century it would have taken 60 days to get from England, or the UK as it is now, to Singapore. So you can imagine young soldiers that probably never left their mothers. It's 60 days. That's Sergeant Major Cooper. He's around again.
Just everywhere.
He's, I tell you what.
Next we go to the laundry room and the cookhouse.
Hold on to your socks. Oh, dear me, I'm sorry about this. Mark didn't actually realise then that someone was looking at him. This is the barrack room of 1885. I just love the fans. And the use of mosquito nets was probably essential. Matey boy in there looks like he might have malaria or something. He's not happy. The dog thinking that, oh, I've got some dinner when he dies. Probably Sergeant Major Cooper there. They've got the laundry room. So they would often take care of their own laundry.
This is our laundry and our laundryman, or WWII, as you will call him. He cares for the cleanliness of our uniforms. And sometimes, as you see, mistakes will happen. You will make no mistakes. The climate is of such a humid nature that a regular change of clothing is necessary every second day. And be warned, for those who fail to follow this rule, hideous sickness may result. While you're on Black M Matty, therefore, take most particular care of your personal condition and your uniform. Now, move smartly into the room on your left. There you will find the cookhouse.
Dog's eating the sausages.
Rats.
Oh, nice. Nice black rat on the table. There was so much more to Sentosa Island than we thought there would be. We just thought it was Universal Studios and a couple of expensive hotels. Was it worth the visit? Absolutely. There's no need to go for the expense of the cable car. You can get there via monorail also, which is about $4 Singapore dollars. Or if you feel up to it, there is a boardwalk that's completely free. Siloso Fort was completely free. Yes, and it's another massive tick for free things to do in Singapore. Definitely recommend it.
Good morning. From a sunny morning in Singapore.
Today we're off to the wildlife reserve at Mandai.
The plan is to follow this track all the way around.
And just when I thought it was safe, there they are. Okay, some people are much braver than me. I'm not going anywhere near them. So have you enjoyed your boardwalk through the jungle?
I loved it actually.